What is good, everybody? It's your boy Keith, and welcome back to the Wholesome Men podcast. I know it's like been a minute. What has it been, like November?
It's been a minute.
It's been a while. So
Cool,
make sure y'all go ahead and follow me at KLogan_70 on all social media platforms. And of course, I got my guys with me, of course. Justin.
Y'all already know what it is. It's your favorite Wholesome Men. Go ahead and give me a follow on IG, JLP_63. We got some good stuff ready for y'all. We're back. We're better. Let's get it.
Let's get it. And I got Mitch with me.
What up? Follow me at Mitch313RD on Instagram. Name probably gonna change.
I'm about to say, you switched up your name like 3 times.
you know. Y'all gonna find.
And last but not least, we got Dr. B.
What's good, everybody? It's the people's doctor, the raspy doctor.
The raspy
doctor. Yeah, so I'm glad to be back with y'all. Got a lot of shit to talk about. So yeah, we would say let's do it.
All right, we're gonna jump right into it. So I already know y'all probably been thinking, for any of those that's been following the Wholesome Men podcast, if anybody new, welcome. Anybody old, welcome back. Like I said, it's been like since November. So I know the first question's on your mind. What happened? So we're gonna go around the table. Justin, what you think happened in your opinion?
In my opinion, and it's not an opinion, it's a fact. This nigga Mitch is hard to work with.
Wait, hold on. Let me clarify. I'm talking about what happened, why it took so long for us to get back to podcasting, why we take a break. Go ahead. So he started off on the gas already. Damn. Go ahead, Justin. Go ahead.
Oh, we talking about like our real life situations, or like we talking about
both? How you feel?
I mean, I'm feeling good, bro. I just finished my master's degree.
No, nigga. Why? What happened? Why are we taking a break, in your opinion?
Why do we take a break? Because niggas is hard to work with, bro. I think we literally had an episode when we talked about why niggas don't support niggas, because niggas is hard to work with, bro. We were supposed to start this podcast at 1:00. It's 2:50. We called Mitch at 12:30. He at the car dealership.
Oh, nice.
So we already. Hey, Rodney too. Rodney was in the car. Rodney was in the car too.
We not capping.
We not capping, bro.
We not. So all right, Mitch. We going around the table. You said your piece, Mitch. Right, how you feel? What you think happened, bro? Why we had to take this long break?
Keith was being a baby, and he ain't wanna. He ain't wanna edit no more.
There it is. All right. Dr. B.
I mean, it's a combination of all. Right? Everybody just, wasn't as focused to make it, a consistent. I think we had the dedication. It's just we weren't consistent with that dedication. And it just, with a lot of shit going on personally, going on in our lives as well as professionally, shit was just going down. And we gonna keep it 100. Nigga, life happens. So, shit happens. And but we back though. That's the main thing.
We back. All right.
We better.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Y'all try to throw. Mitch definitely got thrown under the bus. Mitch tried to throw me under the bus. I see how it is, and then Rodney just blame everybody. But to keep it 100, for those who don't know me, I moved from Oklahoma all the way to Florida. I have a wonderful job opportunity, and I think that's part of the reason. Once I found out that, I know the podcast thing kind of slowed down. It was a lot of burden on me. I wouldn't say a burden, but it does take a lot of time.
Damn, a burden, bro?
No, I wouldn't say a burden, but it takes a lot of time. I like doing a podcast. I like messing with y'all. Messing with y'all is like when y'all not a headache, because y'all motherfuckers are a headache, bro. But
bro, why don't you tell them what your job is, bro? Why you moved to Florida? Show the shirt off. What's that mean, bro?
Let's just say, obviously, if you watching a YouTube video, you can see, but I work in the rockets department, so let's just say that. But like,
okay,
it's just
they got a couple dollars.
No, I don't got no dollars, bro. I got to work my way up to that. It ain't confidential. It's just for those that know me.
Cash at me 20.
Nah, cash at me 200. I need that right now. But like I said, it's a combination of just that moving, getting together, and just like when I got here, it's like, man, I got a lot of stuff to do. I got to really focus on myself. At the same time, it is a lot going on. And also, then boom, this pandemic happened. It's like, I really didn't have I know Justin been in my ear, like, we should do the podcast again. He been doing that for a couple months. And I'm like, nah.
Boy.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, I'm cool on it. I'm working on myself, which I am. But it's like, and this COVID stuff happened. So it's like, I don't know how I feel about it. Mitch's been saying the same things. It's like, you should do the podcast again. I don't know how I feel about it. But now we back here.
You say he's working on yourself. You wanna dig in that a little bit? Let's
unpack that.
Yeah. I've been drinking my water. I've been trying to grow my beard out a little bit. Been working out a little bit. That's what I mean by working on myself. I hope everybody came out this pandemic with like some different hobbies and stuff like that.
Came out the pandemic. This thing's
still
still going.
I hope people still working on. Yeah, I hope people still working on their skills, like hobbies and stuff. I know me, like when I was younger, I always played music. When I went to college, I kind of stopped that shit. So I kind of been on the side, been like producing, like as a hobby, producing music or making beats or whatever. I don't know what y'all been doing. What y'all been doing during the pandemic or this whole shit when we've been on lockdown?
Man, working out. Start a business with one of my really good friends, Transform Enterprises, overall wellness concierge business. And, we won't get too much into that, but, follow me on Instagram. You'll see all the information on there in regards to our business. But, start a business with one of my boys. Just been working out, man. There's really not much to do. Honestly, I ain't stepping out to no bars and clubs. Heck no, because that thing's spreading. And y'all dudes better start leaving them girls alone too, because they got it. They got it. So y'all better chill out. Let's all stay home and get this thing rolling.
How y'all feel?
Let's get this thing rolling, man. I'm trying to get back outside.
That's solid advice, bro.
Facts. Big facts.
All right.
What about Mitch, bro?
How y'all feel?
Coach
how
Mitch.
Y'all feel about it? We got to get used to podding again. Dang, it's weird.
Hold on, time out.
Ain't no time out. We going.
We going.
We still got. Nah, I ain't been doing nothing though.
Oh yeah, Mitch got a story to tell.
Ain't teaching because shit.
Wait,
Corona.
Okay.
I've been working towards my real estate license though. I'm gonna take my test next week.
See, okay, so that's positive. What we doing? All right, working on yourself.
Yeah, trying to keep busy, man.
Get your money up so you can.
I was trying to stay Corona free, but
Mitch is now an advocate of staying at home.
Yeah, I'm a COVID advocate. So
you've been trying to stay Corona free, okay?
Trying, but did not succeed. Can we talk about that?
I wasn't gonna throw him under the
Hey, it was all over his Instagram. I would have let it alone.
That's true.
That boy's posting selfies in the hospital bed. I was getting clout off the COVID.
For those who don't know Mitch or who don't follow Mitch was out partying on IG probably a month ago. And probably this recent past week, next thing you know, you see him on a ventilator. That's
not funny, bro. That's not funny.
It's not funny. He laughed. No, but for real though, we was legit concerned. We had a group FaceTime. I was feeling bad. I legit I had prayers for you, bro, because you were looking bad. You was in the hospital with your shirt off and all the tubes and shit. So I was like, bro. So what was that? Like, yeah, you an advocate now? You like
bro.
Telling niggas like,
wear your mask and stay at home, niggas.
All right, that's a real testimony.
That's all I got. Shit, this should have killed you.
Dr. B, what you been up to?
Well, I got some things to work. I've been obviously working, at home, taking care of the fam. We doing our contribution to society, staying away from things, going out when needed. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing a few ventures so far as some business ideas. And so just really been trying to map out some plans and we'll see what happens in the next few months. But really been chilling, staying away, working out, doing some mental and physical health, right? So
yeah,
I did this body transformation a year ago. I'm down, about 27 pounds.
Show him your chest, bro.
Rod the bod. Rod the bod.
That nigga want to take off his shirt so bad.
That boy was just eating pizza before we started recording.
Why you throwing niggas under the bus today? All right.
I got heat, bro.
Right.
I got heat, bro. I'm mad. This podcast should started. This podcast should started again like 5 months ago. I got heat.
All right, since you mad, let's go ahead and get into it. What's y'all outlook on this whole thing? Do we all agree? Like, should we just stay in, or do you think we should just really just live our lives and not just be scared of like anything? Because I think how it's looking, if we don't got no vaccine, we all gonna catch it regardless, right? No matter what we do, should we just all like be out? I don't know.
I'm keeping my ass in the house.
You had a whole health scare, bro. I feel you on that. So I don't know what's the likelihood of you like catching it again though. So
y'all niggas ain't had no corona scare?
I mean, I woke up with a sore throat one day, but then it was gone. So I don't know who it was, honestly. That was like two months ago. That was like 2 months. I was quarantined myself.
Yeah, I mean, I had a corona scare, so I tested. We talking about it. I tested positive. I had very mild symptoms.
Okay.
I don't wish it on anybody, though. At the end of the day, like, that shit was annoying. I felt like I was stuck in one place for 2 whole weeks and some days just to be careful. But
yeah,
I kind of, my outlook is this, because we just don't know enough about it. And with the media and everything being like so extreme, it's just so hard to really gauge how to really look at this. And the best you can do is stay in and make good decisions. But the other side of me is, there's I think a 92% survival rate. Do we shut down the country, for the other 7 to 8%? The answer is yes, but then how much though, right? Like how much?
I've been hearing different opinions. Yeah, I feel you on that. I've been like I said, I heard both sides of the fence. Like I heard like we eventually all gonna get it. It's kind of turning to survival of the fittest, whatever you go. So I don't know, however you look at it. Justin, what you think?
Bro, it's almost inevitable. I feel like you gonna get it if you get it. Like regardless, you gonna catch it. I feel like you gonna catch it. I don't think there's anybody in the world that's legitimately just at home. Like just at home, and that's it. And even if you're not, whatever you do, you order groceries and they drop them off. You still was exposed to whoever it was that dropped off them groceries. So they say. I don't really get the virus. The virus don't make much sense to me. I just keep this thing on me and I just do the hand sanitizer thing.
What is that?
It's hand sanitizer, bro. It's hand sanitizer. I just feel like this coronavirus thing is weird, bro, because technically I work out every day and I go to the gym. I mean, technically I'm exposed to all these different people anyway. So it's like, and I'm fine. But I could be asymptomatic. I don't know. I got tested last week. I came out negative. So, I mean, I really don't know what's going on, bro. This virus is weird.
You be at the gym?
Yeah, bro. I got to work on myself. Just like you said, we working on ourselves, right?
I mean,
I'm working on myself, bro.
I know like gym is like a high risk thing.
Man, everywhere you go, it's high risk. You go to the grocery store, you high risk.
That's the problem with us Americans, too. We got this, like, we free republic, and that's why everybody else numbers supposedly going down. Some people don't believe in the numbers, but I don't know. I think it's America problem, too. We just too free.
People too stubborn, man. That's all that is.
People selfish.
We're doing bad. Absolutely. Like, are we probably exacerbating this virus to it shouldn't? Yes. But it's a both and, right? Like I think there's some states that have a good hand on it, and then there's some states that is out of control. And it's not a one size fit all on how you handle this COVID. And I think that's what's problematic about how you deal with the virus, that everybody can get, but that it's the numbers are different, state by state.
We all in states where it's out of hand though. I think all three of us. All three of us in states in the top three.
Florida, wow. Niggas don't know when to go home. They don't know when to go home, bro.
Florida going Florida.
Texas wildin'. Texas wildin' too.
Oklahoma wildin'. Oklahoma is wildin'. Like
my nigga in Texas tripping.
Boy, as soon as they we didn't even have phases. Phase 1, everything open. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
But I think one of the questions I have is, if we don't have a vaccine, how long do we stay away and shut down? Like, what's the answer?
Nobody knows.
You can tell me.
There is none.
Nobody knows.
Okay, we shut down again like we did a month and a half, 2 months ago. We shut down again, and then we open back up. There's still no vaccine. There's not going to be a vaccine anytime soon. So we close again, we open up again. It's just going to be the same result. Well, numbers are spiking because it's inevitable.
Because we don't listen. No, numbers are spiking because we don't listen. There's other countries that's listening to what their government said, and their numbers going down. So it's still, when they do open up, it's a least likely chance that it will spread again and spike again. So I think, like I said, that's part of our problems. And I mean, another part of our like everyday life is just changed in general. So like specifically, I don't know, like, what's y'all dating life like out here since the pandemic? Like, I know personally, when I moved out here to Florida, I'm single. I would say I'm out here in the street like these niggas. The streets, I really found out quickly, the streets not for me.
Tried the streets though, did you try the streets?
I tried the streets. The streets not for me. I feel like relationship type, but I can't give no girls like myself emotionally yet. I just can't do it. As far because I don't know,
but you're not ready to give your heart, is what you're saying.
I feel like personally, I can't do that yet because I'm still trying to get established. But I mean, at the same time, a relationship type, I would want to, but I know.
What's your type, bro? We gonna find you a girl. What's your type?
I don't got no type.
Man, you do got a type. Everybody got a type.
What you mean? Oh, I mean like a type. As far as I want a girl that's ambitious.
Cliche. Cliche.
No, but who doesn't know? I want a girl that's ambitious, that's actually gonna be someone that's right for me. That's
a bad chocolate.
Is she bad?
Justin, what's your type?
I don't discriminate, bro. If I like you, I like you.
Cap.
Who said something about discriminating?
I don't discriminate, bro. I don't have a type, bro.
Cap.
I don't have a type, bro. If I like you, I like you. I've dated and talked to all kinds of different girls, bro.
Name them.
If we vibe, we vibe. You tripping? You tripping? If we vibe, we vibe, bro.
You date black girls?
Huh?
You date black girls?
Like,
I'm just asking.
Bro. Man, we literally had it.
When the last time you dated a black girl?
When the last time you dated a Karen?
Yikes.
When the last time you dated a black girl?
Like,
start sweating.
Man, like dated, like out in public, dated, like, or
man,
like,
whatever you want to call.
Getting his payback. Mitch getting his payback.
Bro, that boy put me on. Gotta make sure the timelines is right. Like, come on, bro. I'm happy
like
to answer Keith's question. To answer Keith's question, how's dating been during the pandemic? I'm happy, bro. I'm happy. I'm happy.
That's good.
Hey, how do you, Mitch? Yeah,
cakes during the pandemic.
What'd you say?
Cakes. You get flourish, and you're not in a drought.
Get some ass. Get some ass.
Oh, okay.
Y'all really trying to put me out?
I mean, be real. We being real.
Crazy. Nah, bro.
We coming back.
I'm saying I'm happy, bro. I'm happy, bro.
You get some.
It ain't got nothing to do with getting any booty. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that. I'm just saying I'm happy, bro. Like I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm blessed.
That's a man that's been busting.
I'll be transparent, yo. All right. So, I'm in a relationship, right? Your boy caught the COVID. I wasn't getting no ass, no attention, no touch.
As you should. You shouldn't get none of that.
It's the work. Like, that might have been 1A and 1B, COVID being 1A, not getting no love, attention, some ass. 1B, it's just the worst. It was a drought.
That boy was sick and miserable.
Sick and miserable, and couldn't even get no affection,
See, men are emotional too. They be wanting love and affection.
Boys be more emotional than girls, bro. I done heard some stories.
Mitch, you ain't. What's your dating life been like, bro? You don't really give us no details on that. I feel like in general, and I know you personally.
You saw he caught the COVID.
I heard you can get that by. I heard you can get that by eating ass too. I've seen it on the CDC guidelines.
I got that. But nah, dating still trash during COVID. Ain't nothing.
You can look at the CDC guidelines. You can get that by eating ass, bro.
What that got to do with you?
Go ahead, bro. I'm fucking with you.
No, but dating still trash though during COVID. Ain't nothing changed.
Wait, hold on. You can't just skim by that. Like, what you mean is why has it always been trash for you?
Dating is trash, bro. Like,
do you think it's you?
Nah.
No.
No, it's not.
See, y'all see this nigga skimming by it?
It's not. It's just a simple case, man. People be liking who. You be liking people who you ain't supposed to like.
You ain't.
The people that like you that you should like, you don't like them.
You sound kind of shaky, bro. I don't know. Dr. B, what you was gonna say? You saying something? I'm gonna let you facilitate this.
It might be a common denominator if you've been dating for a while, and all of them are trash. It's one thing to say.
Me, I don't date though. That's the thing. Like I don't date.
Wait. I'm not necessarily speaking directly about Mitch. This is just for the audience. It's one thing to say I've been dating, and there hasn't been anyone, or I've messed up a few times. Like, that I've been inconsistent. The people I've dated, wasn't it? It's another thing to say I've dated for a while and ain't nobody, not one is a viable candidate, or they all messed up. Something's going on where if everybody you dated and you can't even walk away and say, at least one of them, I fucked up, and so that's probably why it didn't work out, then I have to raise my eyebrow and be like, you sure it ain't you, boo? Sure it ain't you, homie? Because in most cases, the individual that's doing all the dating or has dated multiple times, regardless of that number, it's not that you're not finding the right person. It's a lot about timing. You were ready, they wasn't. They were ready, you wasn't. Wouldn't mean that they were toxic, just means that people wasn't at the stage that it needed to be at. And I just get worried when people start saying like, nobody. I'm gonna look at you, and I'd like to meet everybody that you dated and see if there's a common denominator about what is it about that person that didn't work out. Narcissist.
And welcome back to the Wholesome Men podcast, where we tell the truth at all times. Mitch,
that's when all the girls gonna be like, "OMG, he's so right, Dr. B."
Oh yeah, that do be happening.
I love Dr. B.
Oh my god. But I mean, he low key be telling the truth. High key, he telling the truth. If it's the common denominator, sometimes you gotta look at yourself.
See, but I don't date though. I'm not a serial dater, so like I don't be. Oh, yeah. Can't nobody say like, oh yeah, me and
what do we classify? What do we classify as dating? Like we going out together, or we getting to know each other? Like everybody, or was she my girl? Like, what's dating?
Like, calling a broke nigga. That's all.
Can't nobody say like, oh yeah, Mitch was my boyfriend. If you say that,
so it's official. Like
9 times out of 10 you lying.
So it's only dating if
9
that's
times
your.
Out of 10 you lying.
If that's your girl or if that's your dude, then that's dating. But if y'all like going out for drinks and stuff, then that's not dating. I feel like everybody got different definitions. So I think dating is you my girl. That's what I think dating is.
That's what it is to me. If we dating, you my girlfriend.
Nah, if you got chicks on your roster that you think you got first of all, you got chicks on your roster, Mitch?
But if I don't. But if I did, I'm not dating a bunch of chicks.
Why are we doing this?
We talking. We just talking.
I'm not dating a bunch of girls on my roster. Like,
here's the thing.
So you got girls on your roster, but you're not dating. So
they know they roll.
If I did.
If he did, they know they roll.
Not even that. Like, we ain't dating.
I'm a whole different on the word dating because
all right.
For most people, I get that there's levels, right? And I'm not here to say that's wrong. What I'm saying that dating is nothing more than collecting data about the person you either have aspirations to be
Thank
with
you.
or want to be with. So if I get a number from a girl, and now the dating might be that I just want to fuck, okay? Well, you're trying to collect data to see if she's trying to jot down for the cause. Some who want to go more conservative say, I want to date and get to know this person to see if there's a viable future. But both of those are collecting data. Once you get enough information, you move different. When you know that girl is just, oh, she only want to fuck, boom, you going to switch the mode. Versus, you know, a girl that ain't about that. So that's what I'm saying. Dating is nothing more than collecting, right? Now, you all can have an establishment and understanding and say, I only want to collect data about you. Cool. But I think dating is really from the early side to the point that you say we are mutually collecting data about each other. But it's all dating.
This nigga spitting.
I agree. That's why I say if you got girls on your roster, you dating them. All 37 of them, Mitch.
But I don't have girl like at this point in my life, I ain't got time. Maybe like 3-4 years ago. But now, like I got time.
3 to 4 years ago.
That shit costs money. That's why you ain't trying to spend no money. You that's the main reason.
That's why.
You got called broke recently or something like that.
Hell no. That's one thing they can't say.
Okay, see.
But I feel like for women though, like women can say like, "Oh, I'm dating," because during the dating phase, most women ain't paying for shit. So a woman can date 3, 4, 5 dudes and
ain't shit changed.
Ain't nothing changed for us. We can't do that.
$500.
Like that one woman we dealing with, we have to kind of say like, all right, if I'm about to be doing this, I hope this the one. The woman, she like, well, shit. If it don't work with person A,
I got person B, C, D, E, F.
Who about to take me? We ain't in 5, 6 chicks inboxes like, yeah, I'm gonna take person A out today. Take this, like that shit get to adding up.
That shit tiresome too, bro.
Yeah, like nah.
That shit tiresome because you having conversations on the day with one. You be like, remember when I told you this? And they like, you didn't tell me that. And you like, I didn't. Oh,
oh, for real?
That shit tiresome, bro. I can't. That roster shit dead, bro. That shit dead.
All right.
That shit dead, bro.
Maybe saying roster is a sexist term. I apologize for any ladies.
Girls got rosters.
Mine is monetary. I'm gonna be up front. Mine is monetary because if you take a chick on a decent,
terrible,
like,
bro.
If you take a girl on a decent date, a girl say, "Oh, that picnic shit." They don't want to do that shit. Like they want to be taken out. They want to dress up. They want some shit they can record. Yeah. Like, so a decent little date might cost you like a bill, $100 minimum.
I don't mess with them kind of girls.
Minimum.
So I'm saying, imagine if you dating 3, 4, or 5 girls and you going on one date with them a week. Like, nigga, that's a lot of money.
So if we only look at this from, and I'm talking about male and female, all right, or even in between, right? If we only look at this from a quantity perspective, how many dates, how much it costs, how many's on your roster. So this is where it gets dangerous, in my opinion. If you could just be, and I said this before, and I know it's hard because society doesn't want it, but if you could just be transparent from jump, right? If you say, listen, I like you and I'm talking to you, but I also have 3 others. Do you still want to be on and be considered? Then that's the decision she gets to make, to be on that, or vice versa, which most niggas will be like, hell, no, you got me fucked up.
I'm
but that's
cool
another double standard.
Cool on it.
But I think if you could just be up, open, and honest, it wouldn't be that much mental. The mentalness comes behind trying to hide all the people you're talking to. And you could just be like, have y'all ever watched what's that Nola? What is it, Nola?
The Spike Lee thing on Netflix. Not Do the Right Thing. Nola Darling. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I haven't seen it.
No, but she
gotta have it. She gotta have it.
She gotta have it. Oh. She's like, I got these 3 niggas.
Oh yeah.
And they operate the way they need to operate. And it's less stressful because you don't have to always contend and try to adjust and hide. And I think because when we look at these numbers, that's why I'm all for multiple dating. Like, I don't have a problem with multiple dating when there's transparency and honesty. And I think that's where it's not. And that's why people hate, you can only date me, because you probably dated some niggas that wasn't shit and you hurt behind that. So you can stand another dude is trying to see his options, or when a woman is trying to see their options, or any other identifier trying to find their options, you get mad. Open, honest, date. If you want to date 6 people, as long as them 6 people know, what's wrong with it, boo?
Polyamory. But anyway,
the type of dude I am, girl tell me straight up that like I got 3 or 4 different dudes. What you trying to do? I'm cool. I'm cool. Like,
double standard.
I'm out.
That's a double standard.
It's not a double standard. It's not a double standard. Why is that a double standard? I'm not about to be. I'm not about to be putting in no. See me. I'm trying to date to marry, bro. The type of guy I'm trying to date to marry. That's me. So if I'm trying to talk to the girl, if I'm trying to talk to this girl, if I'm going out of my way, I'm trying to talk to her, and she just tells me I got 3 or 4 different dudes. What I look like just trying to be there just to be for the ride, bro?
There you go.
Like what?
Anyway,
No.
so we was talking. All right. Anyway, so we was talking about dating during the pandemic, but that's how y'all feel, just dating in general. I like the conversation.
Get it off our chest, bro.
I know. Yeah, get that shit. It's been a while. We gotta get a lot of months of shit off our chest. We got a lot of shit to talk about these upcoming episodes.
Rest in peace, Kobe, man. Rest in peace, Kobe.
Rest in peace, Kobe.
We got a whole nother episode that we can talk about that for real.
Rest in peace,
too.
Pop Smoke.
Pop Smoke. It's a lot. It's a
George,
lot that happened.
Rest in
George
peace.
Floyd,
It's
Breonna Taylor.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna talk about too. Like with this Black Lives Matter stuff, like people, it's been hella protests outside. I know Mitch, you've been outside protesting too.
Kobe.
I mean, and it's a whole pandemic outside. Do y'all think it was like necessary to just be protesting with it being a whole pandemic, this whole COVID stuff going down, or is it like irresponsible, or it's the right thing to do morally?
Man,
I think it's the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely the right thing to do. My personal opinion on the protesting is, though, it takes more than just the protesting. Because personally, for me, I feel like it was like a half and half thing. I feel like half of the people was there because they really trying to fight for change, and they tired. But then I think another part of people was like I just see people like, hey, take this picture.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Or hey, look where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And then they post their picture with a decent enough caption, and then they at the crib ain't talked about it since. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it takes more. It takes more than just going to a protest and all that. We've been protesting for how long? how long we been protesting?
Since 1865.
Bro, what?
We was free.
Bro, we've been protesting.
I think everything has its place. I think that you can't have the change in diplomatic conversations and policy changes without protest and awareness and raising consciousness. It's not a one thing that works. All of these things works, right? So, and when you have something that's such as polarizing as what happened with these movements, you're always going to get the inverse of that. And when people want to look at folks that are doing what we call performative activism and then try to blame the whole movement, you are part of the problem because you're trying to blame a small set of folks that want to do performative movement instead of look at the movement itself and what it's generating. And even with the folks that are doing the performative activism, they're still raising awareness to some that may not know what the fuck's going on. So they play their role, and you got to find out where people can play their role and use that to your advantage versus saying, oh yeah, well that shit fake, man. I don't want to fuck with that. No, what is the core of the movement, and go with that regardless of what other people are doing. And I think that activism comes in too many different ways for us to sit here and critique, that ain't good, that ain't good, that ain't good. No, the way whiteness works and white supremacy, all that shit's needed and more. So you just, that's where your role is and go do your part.
Now, Mitch, I know you had like kind of a opposing view to that social media stuff as well. when we talked about it in a group not too long ago. How you feel about it? I know you've been out in these streets before. You got the COVID, caught
I
that
don't know.
life.
I feel like the social media, man, like we live in it right now. Like, you know, people always say it, like, you know, like a couple years ago, well, not gonna say years ago, like a year or 2 years ago, like, you know, it need to be a revolution, it need to be this and the third. It's here now. We live in it now. Like it's here. It's right here. Everything that you were saying on Facebook and Twitter 3, 4, 5 years ago, oh, I wish this is here. And so for those people, now that it is here, to still be sitting online and not doing a part, now that it is here, I feel like those people just like kind of like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah,
that's a legit concern, right? I hear that, and I don't think that I can see the frustration behind that, because, you know, if you may not know why, but that doesn't mean that you can't feel like what have y'all been doing? We out here trying to do this work, and there's some that have been, you know, by the wayside or not doing much. And what I would always say is, man, the way that this shit is exhausting, right? And I think for people like me, you, Mitch, even, you know, Justin, Keith, I think that we just kind of have more of a will to kind of be on the ground type soldiers. Yeah. So let's go do something. And I think there might be others who might have had that, but they burnt out real fast. You know, the system got to them, the tightness got to them, you know, and they just like, fuck you, bro, I don't even care no more. Let's go turn up. Let's go do this. And that's unfortunate. And I try not to divert that behavior back to them. I try to go to the real bigger systemic issue as to how that plays out. But is it frustrating? Like, I'd be like, niggas, we gotta get our shit together. What the fuck is we doing?
Yeah.
You know,
that's a discussion that we gotta have within our community as well. And also, I've been like recently thinking like, what's how the other side think? Because I've been trying to think objectively on a situation like this. Like, I just don't understand how. Maybe I'm biased, but like I don't understand how people that's opposed to this, I wouldn't just say white people, because there's some anti-black people out there as well. Like, people are triggered by Black Lives Matter just by saying that. I just don't understand that. I don't know if y'all have an answer to that as well. Like, I mean, I got some theories, like,
right, what you mean?
Like some people are legit threatened by Black Lives Matter. I don't know if you've seen on social media, people have like it in their yard or something written in their yard, and they destroying their yard because they don't want to see Black Lives Matter or something like that. And they thinking like they being selfish, like we don't care about nobody, no the race but ours, and we trying to take over. Like, I think that's probably what they're thinking, but I don't see how they get that correlate what we doing with that. We fighting for equal rights. We not even fighting to take over. We just trying to get equal on the same playing field.
I think it's something that they can look at to ignore the real problem and just look at that as another issue, if that makes sense. So instead of looking at the problem that's really going down, that they know is happening, but they're in such denial that like Black Lives Matter, no, all lives matter. Like, if you're Black Lives Matter, like you're violent, you're crazy, you're selfish. If anything, black people, I heard somebody say, if anything, black people have more advantages. I was like, what?
You live in Oklahoma too now. You live in Oklahoma, what? So I ain't surprised about that.
But I just think it's people that just try and ignore what the actual issue is. So it's like, okay, you're mad because of y'all don't think that y'all have equal rights, so we can be mad because y'all are saying Black Lives Matter and y'all are counting us out. So like, let's just be mad at each other type of deal.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it stems from the possibility of losing power.
Yeah.
And when you devote so much attention that's not only needed but necessary to a group of folks that have been disenfranchised and marginalized for so long, when you see is all of the, look at all this attention, oh shit, that means we're going to be out of power. It's like this psychological thing that happens with them is that they think there's a loss of power. So all lives matter. All of us need this attention. No caring, and you don't. Okay, and so it's difficult for them to accept when a lot of attention. And then there's also the underlying thing that anything that's black is not good. So why do we want to pay attention to something that has been socialized as bad? Why are y'all giving us attention to bad and then insert black folks, black media, black whatever, right?
Yeah.
Y'all, so it's a psychosis that people who think like that need to rectify, and that's on them. But Black lives, and might I say real quickly, all Black lives matter, right? We're not just gonna say cisgender Black men. We're gonna say trans. We're gonna say LGBT. Our brothers and sisters, they're out dying, and they're not getting the attention. So it is all lives. That liberation has to be rooted in all of us that have Black in us.
Speaking of that, so me and Dr. B was on a phone call with one of our frat brothers, and he brought up the issue of what did he say? He was basically saying that the LGBT community is getting more notoriety and using the Black Lives Matter movement as a coattail to push their agenda. And so I actually was talking to somebody the other day, and they felt the same way. Like, the LGBT community is getting more, got more rights, or got this, got the streets and all this and that. And so I just wanted Dr. B to kind of hit on that real quick and just kind of.
It can surely be complicated in a very socialized way. As particularly Black men, right? Like as Black men, when we see ourselves constantly getting murdered and constantly, surveillance. So you live a life to where you just feel like, shit, we can't do nothing. We can't advance. And then you see in the media that there's this agenda for LGBT, and it seems like they're getting more. And we really don't look at the context that there's really those that are, and if we want to say more, is the advocacy of whiteness in the LGBT. That they can advance the cause for LGBT, but then our Black LGBT and our trans, they don't get that afforded to them. And the other thing is that we do conflate our race and gender. We don't really see the gender aspect. We see the race because we live like it's being seen on us. So it's hard for us to really see that if you're Black, gay, trans, that you're getting a triple onslaught, whereas as a Black man, our race. And it's not about oppression Olympics, because I don't want us to get into, we oppress more. And that's really the fundamental issue with what we were talking about with our frat brother. It's not about who's oppressed the most. We're oppressed differently based on our different identities.
So is it up to like heterosexual males mostly to support this agenda as well? Not so much like it's an agenda because we all under the same Black umbrella. So is it like we want our own allies that are white to help our agenda? Us as heterosexual males, we should be pressing for that same equality for the LGBTQ community as well.
I've said this a lot of times in some of the work that I do in social justice. It is on the job of the people with dominant identities to do the work in marginalized communities. So if you're straight, you need to be doing work with LGBT and trans. If you are a man, you need to be doing the work with patriarchy, misogyny, and sexism. If you are white, your job is to do the work with racism, and so forth and so forth. And I think once we understand that work falls on the people that are marginalized, falls on the people that benefit the most. And the reason why we need to do that work is because we get to walk away. We get to go back to a heterosexual relationship and nobody ever questions, and nor would we die from it. And they don't. And white people, you get to walk away from race conversations.
Yeah,
we don't get to walk away. We live that. So the work falls to us to do that work. He's like, well, I don't believe in religion, God this and God that. Listen, the Bible has never told you to dehumanize somebody because of their sexual orientation. Find me the scripture where it says that. And so we need to understand that you can humanize folks. And if you feel like you want to have a biblical different belief, fine. But you can humanize trans and LGBT and still help them, which is what Jesus did for everyone, right? You remember the Pharisees?
Yeah.
They was like, don't He's like, what?
And the main ones against it are some Christians, of the Christian faith. So I feel
that point.
That's a whole conversation.
Yeah. So last remarks on this. Our last remarks. I know we about to wrap it up. So on this whole race relations topic, what can we do? I want everybody to kind of go around the table again. What do y'all think is y'all opinion how we can resolve this issue in America in race relations that we kind of bring it to the forefront now? It's always been here, obviously, but now it's to the forefront.
What do you mean?
Justin,
what can we do?
Well, what's your opinion of what can do? I'm not saying it's going to be the be all situation. It will be the absolute situation. Like, what do you think can resolve this issue? Maybe not. It's something we can do. Maybe
there's nothing. There's nothing we can do. I don't think there's anything. Okay. Let me rephrase what I'm about to say. There's things that we can do, but until the superior and those in power sit down and listen and actually get everything together to what we're trying to say and what we're fighting for, I just think that it's going to take cooperation from everyone. In the broader thing, I'm not saying like us as Black Americans or anybody that's Black in period that's fighting for equality in America there's things that we can do in order for that to happen. But until everyone is willing to sit down and listen, and not even just everyone, people in power and people who can hold the power to make that change, until that's done, then I don't think anything can change until the people who have the power to make a change really listen. But I think a lot of people are on the fence about it because you got people who flourish off of. So like there's some people who stayed silent throughout this thing. Like there's people whose business, they own a business and they make a lot of their money off of Black men or Black women's work. So they don't speak on it because they don't want to piss them off. But also they have their other side where their superiors and their colleagues who are all other white men or women or whatever the case may be of power, who may not be fans of Black Lives Matter or might not be fans of equality for all. So then they kind of stay right here because if they go this way, they're going to piss off these people that make them all this money. But if they go this way, then they're going to be blackballed by these other people that can present them more money as well. So then they kind of just stay here. But until those people just don't care, people don't want to sacrifice, right? Most people don't want to sacrifice. So until people are willing to sacrifice what it is for the greater good, I don't think any change can really happen.
Got you. Mitch, what you think would be the resolution for this?
My unpopular opinion, it might not be an unpopular opinion, but I don't think it'll ever change. Like I always say, the world needs to honestly end and we just need to no, like
everybody die, start all over again.
Like it needs to just start over. Like it's
Noah's Ark.
Like it's yeah, like
restart this shit.
Yeah, like
it happened before.
Yeah, like racism, like all that is too ingrained and deep, and trying to change stuff surface level. It's still gonna be some type of. You ain't gonna touch everybody. It's
too much. It's too far.
Too much. I mean, you can try to change things like, from a systematic point of view the best way you can, but for the most part, it realistically it'll never go nowhere. People always.
There's always gonna be somebody. It's always gonna be somebody.
Yeah, it's always gonna be somebody. So unless this shit just end and we come back, hopefully, when God bring us back, the Black people, we the ones who. We the Israelites in the Bible anyway.
Dr. B, what you think?
I'm probably the optimistic one. So, I mean, is this shit hard? Yeah, and I understand why we be like, yeah, this shit ain't gonna change. But the analogy that I use, and if y'all use this analogy, just kind of give me credit. But the analogy I use is like, a big ship like the Titanic, right? And not that there's a foreshadow that it's going down, but like the makings of what it takes to turn a big ship like Titanic around. The captain, he or she has to get the coordinates. And whenever they get the coordinates, they yell all that and they tell the people at the very bottom to say, hey, we're getting ready to turn this around, get the steam rating code, do all that stuff at the bottom. And then it goes to level 2, and the engineers move some stuff. And even after all of that, mind you, the captain said that we were turning around a long time ago. even when they turn the Titanic around, you're not doing the Cadillac turn. That bitch gotta go, wide ass turn. And mind you, you gotta get people ready for the turn. So you gotta educate everybody on the boat about like, hey, we're getting ready to go this direction. It's gonna be a little bumpy. Well, what do you mean? It hasn't been bumpy before. So you gotta do all that resistance. So this is all the shit that we're going through. And it takes time. And I know that it's frustrating, but eventually the ship's going to turn. Now, I'm also an anarchist, right? An anarchist says, well, fuck the ship, burn the motherfucker down.
Burn that bitch down. Yeah.
But I argue, well, where are we going to go if you burn that down? So until we can find a system that's viable for everyone, turn the ship around to get to a land or a space to where everybody can get off and be safe. Until then, we got to do the work to at least turn it around. And I think that's where we're at. I think we're at a pivotal point in our society. And I think that more changes happened than before. But all the changes that happened before us had to happen first before we got here. And 20 years from now, people are going to look back and say, that had to happen in order for us to do, and so forth and so forth.
Facts, I agree. I'm going to take the last point. I know you mentioned the system and everything like that. Now, I'm not trying to place the blame on us, but as far as how the system is right now, we as Black people have to vote and get into position of power as well. I think that's a big reason why a lot of stuff the way it is, because we simply not in the position of power to make those changes as well. So we have to really make it a goal to get out and vote. We have to get involved in the politics. We have to make ourselves so aware and not just say, oh, this shit's fake, it's a conspiracy theory. We really need to get out there, because the way the system is set up, it's only supporting the majority. So I think to get out there, we have to be in those power positions. We have to get out there and vote. And I think that's just like one of the first steps to get out and to like improving the race relations in America. I don't know if it's the end all be all situation as a resolution, but the first step. And next step, I don't know. It's still up in the air. I'm still leaning on that. We got to burn that bitch down too, because that's the way to make the statement as well. Like, that's the only reason why people even listen to us now, because we burning shit down. That's one way to get the attention. Now we need to get out there and be systematic about it and be very methodical about it. But it's been another episode of the Wholesome Men podcast.
Gang.
Like I said, we are back at it again. We trying to stay consistent this time. We kind of work things out. We are all over the country now, and this pandemic kind of opened up my eyes. And I'm actually glad for real that we kind of started this again. Y'all convinced me to do it again, so I'll take the blame on that. But we gonna do this.
Like, he renegotiated his contract.
Yeah, we renegotiated the contract from $135 million for 5 years. So I went ahead and signed that dotted line. And y'all make sure that for the audience, y'all follow the Wholesome Men podcast on IG and all social media platforms at Wholesome Men podcast ___. That's on IG. And on Twitter, just Wholesome Men. And go ahead and follow me at K Logan, at K Logan _70 on all social media platforms. Justin, go ahead and check us out.
First, before I sign out, we're going to give a lovely happy birthday to our host, Keith Logan.
Appreciate you.
Happy birthday, my guy. But anyways, 26, old ass. But anyways, y'all go ahead and give me a follow. Like I said, your favorite Wholesome Man, JLP _63. We back. We better than ever. And let's get it.
Let's get it. Mitch, go ahead, sign us out.
Y'all go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Mitch313. I don't. Shit. At Mitch313RD. Go ahead and follow me. I'll follow back.
All right, Dr. B.
Yo, it's your boy, the people's doctor, the raspy doctor. I didn't mention my social media. My social media is Petty Next Door _4. That's on IG and on Twitter. It's kind of my ratchet Twitter, but I do have a social justice Twitter. Dr. IV, and that's on Twitter. You can find professional, perspective. But yeah,
they don't want.
Let's get it.
They don't want that.
Yeah, they do. All right, y'all. It's been another episode. Y'all be blessed. Peace.
We need to arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor.